I think something's going to come. Like, there's going to be a role that comes out of this. Like I said, like it's going to force people to be across, whoever kind of wants to own these spaces inside of their organisations or do work externally. It's going to force you're going to have a toolkit, like I said, and so I guess the question is, do we kind of let that happen organically, or is there justification in maybe putting together a course on this, actually having a formal pathway for people to go into that? And then there's even, you could go, and what I mean by that is like, an actual course, like at a university course that specialises in this, that would then be certified and all the rest. Then going a step further and going down the path of something like having a real regulatory body. If you're a doc, like if we want to raise the credibility of this and raise the status of this kind of arena, like we are, let's be honest, you're working upstream and you're pulling big levers. Now, if you do the right thing, you get big, great positive impacts. You do the wrong thing, you have big, bad impacts. That's also the potential. So I feel like in that regard, is it not ethical, again, to go back to that, is it not ethical for us to have a level of professionalisation that goes along with that? Maybe it's a regulatory body akin to something like an APRA or like I know the people in finance have that, lawyers have that. And by the way, all your people at the top in your organisation, like 80% of company directors, I think it is, have a background in one of those, in accounting, like finance or law. And as a consequence, they come from high trust professions that, have a level of rigour and regulation about them. And so, sometimes people feel like they don't get the credibility from people upstairs inside their organisations. But the question then becomes, well, think about what they're looking at. They come from these highly regulated, highly trusted careers, fields, and they look at health and safety and all the rest, and they're like, well, you don't actually have that level of rigour. So I'm not saying we should or we shouldn't, but I'd be really interested if people want to throw in the chat and go mad. I want to hear all the different diverse opinions on this, because I think maybe this is a discussion that we need to have in the coming, months and years ahead.